disgruntled Eagles fan, and we're awesome. Hey guys, I'm going to try to make these videos a little bit shorter. I know that YouTube wants, or the algorithm or whatever, wants videos to be longer, which gets more views and blah 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 blah. But right now I'm going to try to upload short videos to attain the audience and try to entertain you guys more, because I feel like these longer videos are a little bit too boring and people aren't watching it as much. I don't know why I'm telling you this, guys, but I guess I just want to keep you informed and just my thought process on this channel and where it's heading. So I'm just trying to get these preview and recap videos a lot more shorter. I'm also trying different shots throughout the entire video, and each time I go onto a new topic, it's going to be a new scene. Comment below whether or not you like this, and if you do like this, I'm going to keep doing it, but if you do not, I will not do it anymore. But I kind of like these different shots, every topic that I talk about, because I feel like it keeps it more entertaining. So I'm heading in the direction for these preview and recaps to be shorter and more different shots to make it more interesting. So just comment below whether or not you like this idea, and if you do, I'll keep it, and if not, I will scratch it. Let's get to the freaking preview already, am I right? I think that we can easily beat the Panthers, but we shouldn't underestimate them or go easy on them throughout this game. What I mean by that is that they lost to the Redskins last week, and they almost lost to the Giants 2 weeks ago. The only reason why they beat the Giants was on a 63-yarder. I know that I shouldn't be saying anything because we beat the Giants last year on a 60-yarder, 61 or 62, whatever, yarder last year, but I'm still saying that the Panthers are still easily beatable. And the ways that we can beat the Panthers are these. 1, we need to get to Cam Newton's head. We need to rush him and hit him a lot. Even if it's not a sack, we still need to hit him and get him on the ground. Sacks would be preferably better, but even if we get a quarterback hit on him, that would be as much as an influence as sacks. Second way that we need to beat the Panthers is that we need to score it quick and a lot of points fast. If we can get a 14-point lead with 2 touchdowns really quick in this game, I feel like we can get to Cam Newton's head, and he'll be all frustrated and flabbergasted throughout the entire game. If he's flabbergasted throughout the entire game, then he's going to do really bad and throw poor throws and make terrible decisions. And I feel like if we get into his head, he's just going to ruin the game for the Panthers. The third thing that we need to do is that we cannot commit penalties throughout this game. If we do that, then we're going to beat the living crap out of the Panthers. We did this excellent throughout the Giants game, and I think that's why we blew them out, because we weren't getting huge plays called back over silly things. The fourth thing that we need to do is that we need to protect Wentz. Our offensive line played really well against the Giants. I don't know if that's because the defensive line for the Giants isn't that good, or if the offensive line actually got into rhythm. Aside from Jason Peters, I think the rest of our offensive line is really good, and I feel like they can get back into rhythm throughout the rest of the season. And I feel like this is going to be their kickback game, because I think they got a little bit of rhythm throughout the Giants game. So I feel like that's another reason that we need to. If Wentz gets time to throw, then he's going to find the open time. He doesn't need that much time to throw, but he just needs about a second more to actually throw the ball, whether it's down the field or a check down. The fifth thing that we need to do to win this game is that our defensive line needs to help out our corners. Our corner plays really well when the defensive line gets to the quarterback. If our defensive line isn't getting to Cam Newton, then I feel like Cam Newton's going to throw down to Torrey Smith. Yes, Torrey Smith. They picked up Torrey Smith from us. And Torrey Smith, well, you know how Torrey Smith is with a deep ball. If he gets open, then he's gone. And I feel like our corners cannot keep up with him because of how fast he is. If our corners get blown by him, I feel like Cam Newton's always going to throw down to Torrey Smith. We cannot let Jalen Mills cover Torrey Smith at all. If we let Jalen Mills cover Torrey Smith, then we're completely ruined. The sixth and last thing that we need to do is that we need to be aggressive while play calling, meaning that we go for 4th down, we go for 2 points when needed. But we shouldn't be too aggressive where we're playing stupid calls and calling them. But we should split up the calls and rotate them and not play the same exact call 2 times in a row. And we need to play unique as well. Doug Peterson is fully capable, as of plays last year that he called, of being creative and unique. He needs to do the same exact thing in this game. I feel like we can easily beat the Panthers, but we just need to play smartly and not make these little mistakes. I know that I say this every single preview game about these same reasons, how we need to do this to beat this team, and I feel like this is getting redundant, and I'm saying the same thing over and over again. Eagles have been showing over and over again that they've been committing the same mistakes and the same small mistakes over and over again, and it's getting ridiculous. Practically flawless except for a few plays or a few crucial plays like the running game and the Giants game. How we play against the Giants needs to carry over to this game. And I feel like we can beat the Carolina Panthers. And this is very crucial. We got the number 1 run defense in the entire NFL. Yeah, I know that Saquon Barkley ripped 130 yards against us, but still, that was just one game. And I feel like we're going to cancel out the running backs that the Panthers has because I don't feel like they have strong enough running backs. I know that they have McCaffrey, but he's not that strong built running back, and he's more of a wide receiver. So I think if we shut down McCaffrey and limit him to passing, I feel like we can focus and hone in on the passing more. Not so much focus on the running game. Because I feel like we were perfectly fine stopping the running game. And we've been strong throughout the last 2 years stopping the run. So we just need to focus on stopping the pass, and I feel like we can dominate throughout this entire game. Throughout the past couple of games, the Panthers have shown their weaknesses against 2 mediocre teams to bad teams, and the Giants and the Redskins. I think I talk enough about this game, but I just want to talk about maybe like 30 seconds of the NFC division. The Giants are practically out of this division to a loss through us. I say that the Cowboys really need to beat the Redskins. The Redskins are 3-2, and if the Cowboys beat the Redskins, then they're going to be 4-3. If we beat the Panthers, we're going to be 4-3. So we're going to be tied for first place. So we really need the Cowboys to beat the Redskins. Aside from the division, we just need to continue to win and beat good teams, and I feel like we're going to be perfectly set up for the playoffs. I don't want this year to be mediocre and 8-8 because I feel like we're a lot better than an 8-8. We are 11-5 or 12-4 team. I feel like we can carry throughout the playoffs and a Super Bowl again because we need to repeat to show our dominance and show that we're actually a competitor in this league throughout the next 5-10 years to become that next dynasty. We should learn from the Seahawks' mistakes about shutting down as a team, and we need to follow in the Patriots' way. I'm just excited for this game to get rolling and actually start because I feel like we're very capable of dominating. I was thinking about playing the running back situation, but I feel like I beat the living hell out of the running back situation that we have. I feel like there's no new information that's being brought up. Little bit of information that I saw is that we're going away from McCoy. Now, I have no idea. There's rumors left and right about who the Eagles are going to pick up. But the Howie Roseman did say that we're going to make a huge move by the end of the trade line, whether that's with the running back, cornerback, and our wide receiver with Amari Cooper. Howie Roseman is just not giving us anything of who we're going to pick up. We're just going to have to play the waiting game on the trade deadline and just wait until then. If we don't pick up anybody before the trade line, then we're screwed, and I feel like that's a huge mistake by Howie Roseman. And I feel like my respect for him is going to go down a little bit. It's going to go from here to here if we don't pick up anyone big. Now, that's not much, but still, it's still a little bit of respect lost. I just feel like we need to pick up someone big by the end of the trade line to get anywhere this season. And that's all for this episode of Disgruntled, or the preview of the game, and thanks for watching.